Hi there people, let me introduce you to Simon Parkes here. Now this is the lovely man that these trolls are saying this horrible woman, i.e. me, is abusing. Now I've got a lot of dirt on this man. He is absolutely vile what he does to people. Absolutely vile. He knows I'm coming for him. He's known a long time. He's tried to get rid of me so many times. He went up on radio shows saying I'm a drug dealer, coke dealer. I was able to prove he was telling absolute bullshit. He was sacked from the radio show. I had things recorded from him a long time. So he went up on this radio show and said all this, that she's a drug dealer. I was able to prove that he knew about it. I informed him. He knew about the fake raid. There was a raid on my house. It's my daughter's boyfriend. She put a raid in. I said it to him the morning it happened. Oh my God, the police are here. We've just been raided. And he said they didn't find anything. I said, of course they didn't find anything. So he went up on a radio show. I know for a fact Marie Chioli is a dealer of high grade class A drugs, not the little street ones, high grade, a factory in our house and all this shit. And then he always had a few things that I was able to prove was absolute bullshit. I did my video on retraction. He was sacked instantly from the radio shows, lost a lot of followers instantly. Caught him out. It's really good. He tried it again. He tried it about 3 or 4 times. Each time I was able to prove he was absolutely downright lying. You know, I was able to prove without a shadow of a doubt that every single thing he said, because I have recorders on my phone that record every call, and I had calls on there to the police discussing this fake raid on my house that my daughter's boyfriend had just to cause trouble against us. He told us he was going to do it, and he did it, and it happened. And I told the police beforehand. I said he's going to have our house raided beforehand. So I had copies of those calls to the police and my proof that I'd spoken to Parkes about it, and he knew the truth, but yet he went on the radio show disgracing himself in a pathetic attempt to discredit me with lies. So I don't think these people knew who they were messing with, because I never said anything, as I said before. I never did videos, just let them get on with their nonsense. I wasn't bothered, but it's damaged me so much because I've left a lot of things, and now I've got this reputation that I haven't even mixed in circles, haven't even spoken to anyone. I don't know how I'm supposed to be abusing so many people. I'm not on any sites or anything. I'm not in touch with anybody. People found that out when no one could find out about if I was alive or dead during that death hoax thing. Nobody's in contact with me. So, you know, how I'm abusing so many people is anyone's guess. I'd love to see some evidence of this, first of all. Coming out with the story of being abused by other people is not actually abusing anyone, is it? Especially when there are police investigations and restraining orders against the said people. How can they be used as witnesses when they're the ones that have been under police investigation? This is not going to work. It definitely won't work. Now, I supplied my friend in America, Valencio Daines. Hi Valencio, thank you so much for all the work you're doing on this creep. He needs it, he really does, and not many people are willing to step out of their comfort zone and take on these kind of things, and so well done to you for doing this. And you've done quite a lot on Park, so I would suggest people go over to Valencio's channel, Valencio Daines, and check his stuff, and especially the Simon Parkes stuff. So I supplied Valencio with all these emails that Parkes has sent me prior to my daughter dying. Some of them are dated 20-something of October. My daughter died on the 2nd of November. So it was the time when she was in hospital, and I was at the hospital. Very, very, very stressful situation, really bad. I mean, really unbelievable. I might be able to go into it one day, but what was going on, but it was unreal. I didn't know what to do. It was horrible, absolutely horrible. But he came to my rescue, didn't he? Let's go through the emails a little bit. Valencio's put a few together, but I have a lot going over a few weeks before and after my daughter's death. Oh, look at that creep, 10 hairs. He's only got, let's see, got about 4 left. Disgusting. It's only evidence, it's crayon drawings. Here are the emails. Let me read them. Subject, I need to know you're okay. She is right. Both your souls are not of this earth. I don't know what that means, but I already told you that before. The boyfriend is the problem. She needs to be deprogrammed from him. This I can do. This is how they reel people in. They charge you, of course. None of it's free. Can we Skype? 20th of October. I can help you, Simon. Sent from BlackBerry. The dark Illuminati have turned against you. Oh, scare tactics. Look at this scaremongering. Well, actually, how this started, Miles Johnson, he did call me one day and I was going to the hospital and told him what happened, bad state, something really bad's happened, I'm at the hospital. He was feeding Parks my personal information, everything that was happening, and Parks was coming back to me, pretending he was psychic. I've just, 3 o'clock in the morning, Marie, I've just got this really important message for you, is everything okay? I've got this feeling your daughter's not okay. I knew straight away Miles Johnson had been feeding him my private information about it, but he pretended to be psychic, and this is what happened. We'll Skype as soon as I get the chance. I can't really at the moment, that's me. What do you need emotionally? How can I support you? I'm sorry, in my opinion, I said, no, I'm alright, don't worry. In my opinion, I'm sorry, you do need my help. I'm about the only one they will retreat backwards from. He was trying to make me believe that the Illuminati were trying to kill me and my daughter and all this shite. It's not that straightforward. Your daughter has a master, a man. He may well have one or had one, or you may well have one or one in the past. You'll have to renounce the dark Illuminate and accept me as your joint master. It is the first strand in breaking their hold on your lives. Now, the reason why he asked me questions, do you have a male influence in your life? And I'm like, no. Do you have anyone that could be your controller, your MK Ultra controller? I'm like, no. What he was doing basically is finding out, was I single? Who have I, any attachments to? Who have I got protecting me? Could he have a free reign with me and my daughter to do what he wanted? This is what it was, finding out, information gathering about me. I played the innocent, played along. Kathy Morgan, look at this. Kathy Morgan, I don't know how you are at this, but you probably need to see this. Is it true or what? I don't know. Is he just saying this? Kathy Morgan is as you and your daughter are. She has accepted me as her master, as have others who wish to break free. So you've got a gang together? Are all you, is this prick your master, all you people out there? Who's he got? Kathy Morgan, I thought you were a serious researcher. Look what this creep is saying about you. Is that true? Is he your master? Aren't you continually fighting abuse and control and mind control and all the rest of it? And he's saying this about you. I seek the transfer of you and your daughter from their management to mine. While the reptiles will agree this, the humans will be unhappy, but you're in so much shit right now, you don't have much option. Scare tactics again. He can help me. At the worst possible time of my life. Worse, absolutely worse. No one can believe how bad the situation was. Absolutely horrible. And the police would not do anything. There was over 40 calls to the police with this boyfriend harassing us, trying to kill us. We were locked in the flat. Really bad situation. And the police wouldn't even come. They wouldn't even do, not even once. They didn't do anything. Nothing. And this prick, what he was doing, look what he's saying to me when I was in that state. thought I was going to have a heart attack. It was really bad. I couldn't handle it. It was the stress. It was unreal. The Dark Illuminati take their orders from their gods. The Dark Illuminati take their orders from the gods, the Draconas, reptiles. These are my part family. This is the link I explode. You're full of shit, baldy conscience. Full of shit. To Joanne Summerscales. Joanne, due to this email from me, Marie, that was, I will not be taking part in your conference. Right? What happened was, Joanne Summerscale linked me in an email that she'd sent to Simon Parkes, and it said something about him talking at a conference. And what he does, before he talks on a radio show, conference, anywhere, answers questions, he gives them questions like sheets, what he will talk about, what he won't talk about. He won't talk about anything he's not prepared, not rehearsed. No way. He does it all the time. So he said to Joanne, he'd given her a list of the things he'd talk about, and I got this email. So I sent him an email back. This was after my daughter died, February 13. She died November, just before that, 2012. So this is a few months later. And I'd never said a word to him about all this emails he sent me, but this email came from Joanne. He said, I won't be touching on this. So I sent an email back saying, will you be touching on your master and slave thing? And he went nuts. He pulled out of the conference. Due to this email from Marie, I will not be taking part in your conference. Then he sends me this rotten email. The same people that killed your daughter also tried to kill me. Oh, big long email, and blamed if you did what they manipulate people like you and your daughter. If you did what, you would have understood the method. If you did listen to me, you would have understood the method I was using. Don't blame me for the loss of your daughter. I offered your daughter through the only possible help that could have worked for you at the very late stage. I mean, but he goes on and on and on to sort of say you're programmed, your daughter was programmed with worst fears, you prepared to play with crystals, you killed your daughter, it was your fault for not letting me Skype, not letting me see her. You know, all this shit. He actually still goes in circles now telling people my daughter died because I wouldn't allow him to help her, that I killed my daughter. This is what he's saying. Till now, till today, this baldy fucker here, after him pulling all this shite on me. I am going to do my own video, and I will put in all the emails piece by piece and read them out, and you'll see how they lure vulnerable people in. He thought I was vulnerable, but he got a shock trying to find out what my flat was worth. Wow, you live there, you know, it must be worth a lot. And then like really slimy, really slimy, saying, oh, there's nobody is genuine, me and you are the only genuine ones here, none of this truth movement is genuine. And then when I decided to talk about him, what he was doing, the nastiness, I'm suddenly a fake. You know, these people are ridiculous. They change like the weather. So, and then all the lies. So he's hanging by a thread as well. A lot of his credibility has gone down to the drain. I've had a lot of emails about him as well. And he did say I called him a paedophile. I never did, but a few other people are. Oh yeah, listen to this bit here. When Simon Parkes went up on the radio show, he says, I heard Marie Caioli has called me a paedophile. Now, I'm not one to pick on the little things, but that's serious. But anyway, he went on to say, if I find out, if this is in a post, if it's on her Facebook, if anyone knows where she said this, I didn't say it at all, he just made it up. So no, I didn't say that. Somebody else said it, I didn't say it. It's been said, but I didn't say it. But he just tried to pin it on me on his radio show and thought people would fall for it. And see, I wasn't used to doing videos before, never used to retaliate, never used to say anything. I just let people get on with it. And I think he got a shock when I did a video back, because I've never done a video before that one, never. That was the first one I ever did, like live, did a video saying my piece, really annoyed. I've never done it before. And he got a shock. So he thought he could get away with what he was doing. But he went on the radio show basically saying, if I find she said this, I want her arrested, and I don't want a fine or a suspended sentence. I will go for a prison sentence, and I will turn up at the court, and if she's employed, I want her boss there. If she's on the dole, I want the benefits agency there. I want the reporters there. I want the whole of Fleet Street there. I want the bloody Prime Minister there. I want Trump there. He thinks he's that important. He thinks he's that important. He wanted everybody there. He wanted me to go to jail for somebody saying Marie Caioli called you a paedophile. He wanted me to go to jail for that. And anyone connected with me to jail as well. Absolute moron. I just needed to put that in there. Somebody who's in the Illuminati and goes on about it day and night, writes loads of stuff about it, all that, the rest of it. He can't even spell it. He spells it illuminate. And this guy's supposed to be an MP and all that. He can't even spell a 3-letter word. Who spells I-M-E? He's supposed to be clever, this guy. Can't even spell a 3-letter word, a 2-letter word. He puts 3 in, puts another one in. This is being brought up against me as well. Look at this woman harassing this lovely man. I mean, they know quite well these people are what they are, but it's just to get a dig at me. I'm harassing a lovely man. This is what is being said. So, these people, honestly. So much about this man. So, anyway, the reason why I'm putting these up, look, I'm not looking for sympathy, please. I'm not doing this to look for sympathy. I'm not one of those, never look for sympathy from anyone in my life. I'm actually trying to expose these people who are preying on the vulnerable. They thought I was vulnerable because I was in a state of grief, but I had them try everything, every trick in the book on me. Every con man on the net came to me. So I'm in a position to show you who the good guys are and who the bad guys are. And I tell you, the good guys are very few and far between. You know, and if they're preying on me when I was in that state, they're doing it to other people as well. They're doing it to other grieving people and other people vulnerable and maybe bad mental state or in need of spiritual advice. There's a lot of people out there with different kinds of problems. So this is the reason why I'm highlighting my story and what they've done to me, and embarrassing myself, even humiliating myself and letting people use it against me. But it's not for me. It's to show other people what these charlatans are doing and getting away with it. Seriously, this is all I'm doing it for, not doing it for myself. I hope people understand that. Don't blame him for the death of my daughter. That never even entered my head. I know who was responsible, I know what happened. He put himself way too high, this guy. So this is what he goes around saying in circles. People still email me today and saying, this is what Park says about you, in his circles. So this is not old news. These people are continuing today. This is not ending. They're not quiet. I'm not jumping out of my box for no reason. These people are still trying to dig the knife in every single day. I get back a lot of things that's going on. A lot. From a lot of different people. I'm in a little bit of a better position, or odd position to most people, to be honest, because I don't rely on subs and things like that. I'm not selling anything. I'm not begging. I'm not relying on donations. I'm not making money on my channel. I've no books coming out, no deals. I'm not selling tickets for anything. So subs don't matter to me. Really, they don't. I put the information out. If people want to look, it's nice, and they can compliment, it's nice. That's even nicer. But it doesn't really matter to me about losing my channel and losing subs. The only reason why I was bothered about my channel is because there were videos on there. I had a lot of videos on private that I was saving there because I've got no space and I haven't copied them, and I lost quite a lot of personal videos. That's what annoyed me. And you know, I can't get them back. But that's screwed up. It's not a sock. Mine wasn't a sock account like these Muppets. They lose it, they don't care. Get another one tomorrow. Same Muppets sub again. Same gangs all the time. You know. Well, they should be really. There's so many other scammers around and real scammers. They should be taking those people down and harassing them. Why are you all harassing normal people for? Just normal individual people. What's all that about? I don't get it. I hope this puts an end to all of it now. I just want to get on and do what I'm supposed to be doing, and I've got a lot to do. I'm sick of this nonsense. Really. Just give it up now and go away.
The only other thing I want to talk about is I'm aware that Marie Kayali has been posting videos attacking Miles Johnson, Ben, Emmeline Jones and me. Emmeline Jones is one of the most gentlest, nicest man I've ever met, and I've actually met him twice. But it's come to my attention through a third party that Marie Kayali has said that I'm a paedophile. Now, normally I don't get involved and I just shrug my shoulders, but that's an allegation that I can't accept. Obviously not. So if anybody has got any video evidence or anything written where she alleges that, please send it to me. My lawyers are Hume, and they're in the Midlands, and I will most certainly take legal action, because of all the things that I may or may not be, that's something that I'm certainly not. Now, the thing about Marie Kayali is that she was on Channel 4 documentary, just as I was. Also is not known, perhaps, is that a few years ago, the drug squad of the Metropolitan Police raided Marie Kayali's West London home on a very, very credible tip-off, looking for Class A drugs. So she's not in a very strong position legally, and if anyone can provide me evidence that she has actually either written that or said that, then I will take legal action. Absolutely I will. You see, in our alternative industry, what tends to happen is that people post a video and then someone else replies and then someone else replies, and it goes on, and people just get really hot under the collar. I'm not like that. If somebody makes an allegation like that and I can prove that they've made that allegation, that's actionable. And I certainly won't be looking for a fine. I'll be looking for a prison sentence. You know, people, they sort of think that if you say something on YouTube or you say something on a video, then it doesn't have the same effect as if you wrote it or you spoke it in public. But of course it does. It has exactly the same legal weight. And make no mistake, if I find anything actionable, well, it won't be for me, it'll be for the legal team, the lawyers. If they believe they have a 75% chance of action, then we'll do it. So it's a shame that I have to say that, but there comes a point, this is only through third party, but there comes a point where I won't have that, because if I was guilty, I wouldn't even mention this. I'd run away. I'd probably cancel the radio show. But because that's not what I am, I'm certainly not that. And I will go to court. And I would also want the media not to be excluded. I would want the media there. I would want all witnesses to be fully there, certainly to be interviewed. Certainly anyone who's employed, I would expect their employer to find out what's going on. And anyone who's on a benefit, I would expect the government or the social services to be aware of that. This will be a big thing. You know, that I am certainly not that. And if anybody thinks I am, then, you know, you better come forward and we'll go to court. And that's fine. So that's that.
A statement regarding Simon Parkes. I've decided to cancel the Connecting Consciousness show due to the build-up of controversy and drama regarding Simon Parkes and his conduct. Recent public accusations he has made have caused me to question the support I have previously given him. I would ask my listeners to do the same. JP.
Okay. So, I mean, what about Simon Parkes? He says he's gone to the police about me 3 times, which he hasn't.
I would imagine somebody's going to be investigating this.
Can you tell me, is there a report about me to the police? Because he's saying it here in public, the police have gone to her twice. I haven't had any complaints against him.
In that case, if the police haven't been to you, he's just talking nonsense, isn't it?
Well, how is he not saying that? And you see the cheek of these people? Okay, Parkes, you wanted, Mr. Third Party, who doesn't exist, told you, just a rumour, hearsay, that's class in court, you know, you said, you know, the law said that's just hearsay, really, unless you can bring proof, but you haven't, so it's hearsay and rumour. Hearsay says that I called you a paedophile, so you want me to go to prison, you want the dole office there, you want the social services there, you want my employer there, you want Fleet Street there, you want everybody there. So what do you reckon should happen to somebody who deliberately tells lies and tries to slander someone like that, and who deliberately tries to manipulate them when the daughter is very ill into God knows what? I don't know what the fuck that was about. You sick person. So what do you reckon you should get for that? If I was to get prison for a hearsay rumour, what do you think you should get for all your lies and all your thieving? Seriously, what do you think you should get for that? If I deserve prison? You absolute hypocrite, moron. So, what, is there one rule for you, one rule for everybody else? You seem a bit harsh to want me to go to jail for fucking nothing. Well, look what you've done. So, yeah. Nice Mr. Truther, isn't he? Show us some evidence. You baldy little weasel. Show us some evidence. Yeah, I can bring up Miles Johnson until the cows come home. Keep bringing up against me and the likes of Chantal Piper. These people are going to be sorted out soon enough. It'll all be going online, don't you worry. There's so many people out after the same ones. It's only a matter of time before they're taken down completely. Only a matter of time. I'm not the only one after these people, you know. There's a lot of after Miles Johnson especially. No one likes him. He's got the worst reputation in the world. Worst, absolutely the worst. And Simon Parkes. These have the worst reputation for abusing people, gang stalking, conning people. Oh, the lies they give is unreal. So, you know, maybe if these trolls are so good at taking people down, there's a lot to be done there. They could be working on the likes of those, you know, who are collecting big money. Yeah, you know, a lot of these people, the scammers, they are quite big and they are, you know, passing so much shite, and they're responsible for putting a lot of the other smaller scammers on the ladder to give them the platform so they get the followers and then they start hitting them for money. You know, it's a big scam. So you've got to take down the people at the top first before you can get the bottom. You know, these radio show hosts as well, all scammers, they put them on the ladder as well. You know, it's big money. I mean, there was an conference last year at a school, good school, private school in London somewhere or whatever. They rented the hall. They have a lovely hall that they rented. They rented it to these scammers. And out of the 7 speakers, I identified them as known criminals, actually being in prison. One was already doing 12 years. He's out now. But there was one. All of them had different charges. For child porn was one of them. He's been promoted constantly on Johnson's channel. He's been in jail for child porn and he's constantly on Johnson's channel being promoted and selling rubbish. And he's actually a con man as well, fake names. And the judge said he'd never met such a fantasist in his life. He was completely deluded. He said he worked for the Secret Service and all this. You know, he wasn't never employed by the government, never. And another one was another man. He had 50 names, Peter Paget. His name's actually something Fisher, I can't remember. He's another one as well. Con man. The judge said he was a complete deluded fantasist as well. He got prison. And, you know, there's several of the people, out of the 7 or 8 speakers, as I said, I identified 5 of them as known, convicted already criminals in the truth movement. They were giving a lecture about the truth and all this kind of stuff, and they're all known criminals. So, you know, I have done my research on these people. I've met a lot of them in person. I know what they're about. So I'm not going to be slandering innocent people for no reason. I know the people I'm going for. Trust me. The thing is as well, I never asked them for help. I didn't need help. I didn't, especially from Muppets like these. I just saw the ad for, they were looking for UFO stories, and somebody else gave me their name and says, why don't you give them a ring and tell your story? And so I did. We arranged it. I did the interview, and that was it. I didn't want anything from them further. I never rang them for anything, never rang crying, oh, this happened. Never asked them for advice, but they continually tried to push everything onto me. They tried to push everything. People, oh, you just get so much email. This person wants to speak to you, this person, ring this person, can you talk to this person? And they just want to reel you in things, and I continually said, no, I'm not interested. I never needed help off anybody. I just wanted to tell my story, so I don't know why he kept saying he's sending people to support me. I never needed support. I didn't need support. I actually came to them to tell them a few things. Why would I need support? I wasn't Chantal Piper. People like her probably need support because they need to latch on to things, and the doctors don't want to know, the counsellors don't want to know, the family don't want to know because they're so whiny. And then they join little circles like this, and then they can come in and tell their tall tales and get sympathy and all this kind of nonsense. She's one of them, being used against me as well. Oh dear, dear, dear. When they get caught, or when things come to light and people find out the real name and who they are, you know, things do happen, people dig. They have the excuse, oh, the government set me up because they want to shut me up, and the government put that there, the government did this, the government put the child porn, the government made me attack somebody. You know, all this shite, or they come up with a mind control thing, I'm under mind control, they're obviously controlling me with something. And you get all this nonsense, and then they put on the sympathy vote, oh, I can't work, the Illuminati won't let me work. This is Simon Parkes' act, little whingy face. Illuminati, they take everything from you, they don't like me talking, they don't let me work, I can never get a job anymore. None of them can ever get a job anymore. They've been scamming for years. This is why they don't want to work shy. Scamming through their whole lives. New gimmicks all the time. They'll latch onto anything that will make them some money. All of them are like that. There's probably a handful of genuine people out there who you could say, yeah, I could trust them. And even that, they bend the truth a little bit for views as well. You can't, I don't know, I really don't know anymore. I just don't believe anybody, to be honest. It's the best way. And just getting involved in all these fighting, bitching back and forth, it's just draining everybody's energy. Some people do it most people are doing it for fun. There's nothing to do in the evening, there's nothing on TV. Oh, let's go on and wind up a few people online. And you know, it's fair enough if you're all trolls doing that, but when you start coming into the genuine people's lives who have their identities there, it's a different story altogether. Different fucking story altogether. This is when the fun starts becoming devious and nasty. And this has got to stop as well, really. You know, I think people should get together, and when there's a conference being organised and there are all these criminals on there, we should be ringing and contacting the organisers and saying, look, stop promoting this person, he's just been in prison for child porn, and should we believe him, why should we be giving them platforms? So people should be really saying that. But you see, they all need each other because the figures are very low. No one will say a word against Miles Johnson, the likes of Ben Emlyn Jones crawling up his arse, hanging onto his arse hair. People like that, they need each other. He's useless. They're all useless on their own, so they all need each other to organise stuff. And then they, you know, have their friends. You know, there's conference the other day. The speakers on there, I remember a couple of years ago, were nothing. They're just followers. And now they're speaking at Johnson's thing. Oh. They're now qualified speakers and UFO researchers and researchers. They just started as Muppet followers. Now they think they're researchers. But they're researching just Miles Johnson stuff. Going up on stage, giving people the truth. So, it's got a few people saying the same thing. Oh, so it must be real. There's 5 people up there saying exactly the same stuff. All Miles Johnson crap. So, yeah, bring him up as a witness against me. Keep bringing him up. I just can't, I just find that funny, sorry. Miles Johnson against me. That's the laugh of the century. I needed that laugh. Thanks for that, Plisco. No, that's hilarious. Bringing Miles Johnson up to the use. He's the biggest clown on the planet! They know quite well I'm not an abuser, and, you know, spread all this shite with their nonsense and gang stalking. And, you know, I don't have a gang coming to anyone's channel. If anyone annoys me, I deal with it myself. I don't bring a bloody gang of trolls and use 50 sock accounts and ruin someone's channel. That's absolutely vicious and disgusting. Carry on. Absolutely disgusting. Do it to Miles Johnson. Go over to his flipping channel. He could do with a kick up the arse. There's loads of them. You know, there are tons of real big scammers that a lot of these trolls could be messing with and giving them something to think about besides begging and producing porn and all the rest of it. You know, there's a lot of people that they could be messing with, giving them a hard time, instead of wasting energy on nonsense like this. So thank you for watching. There are talks with police at the moment, so I will keep people updated of what's happening, who's being arrested, and what's going to happen, because as I said, I do have more material, more ammunition now to get a certain person arrested, and I'll be going all for that, working on it at the moment, getting the folder together, and then I'll be calling them. Thanks for watching, everybody. It's a bit hard trying to explain the all the intricate, sordid details of how all this is operated, and it's not just a few trolls having a laugh. There's a lot more bigger stuff going on here, a lot more devious stuff that's, just a bit distasteful and nasty, if you ask me. Nasty business all round. I had to go back and look at the stupid woman's name there, because it just mentioned her name. That's enough to say you're harassing her to death. If you just mention her name once in your life, you're harassing her to death. I mean, if you look at this woman's posts that she did about me, now she's making the same accusations about another innocent person who did nothing as well. We're both working together, apparently. I was working with Miles Johnson at one stage, Killer, now I'm working with someone else. You just have to look at her post, see that she's mentally deranged. And when she trolled all my videos on Miles Johnson's channel, he had to block her off the channel. He had to block her. That was very early days. If you look at the post she was saying then, she was saying this. She was saying that stuff within a week of me coming on the scene with my story. So I think I'm pushing her to suicide just by existing. Apparently, that's her problem. She got kicked out when my story all came forward, and she wasn't the centre of attention anymore. That's the bottom line, really. When we did the Channel 4 documentary, she was, oh my God, she was ripped to shreds. I felt sorry for her, actually. That's when I was supporting her during that. That's the only contact I've ever had with her. There's always been jealousy with her, so I was supporting her through that, and she went and did a few dirty things I didn't like, so I thought, oh, I'll finish that one, that's it now. Enough of my time, not giving it. She's whiny constantly. And she did have something to whine about at the time, but that's actually her, I know now, years later, 6, 7 years later, whatever it is, that's her normal personality. That's her normal personality. She will whine about this most stupidest thing and go on for months and blame everybody and trying to kill her and kill her while her husband was dying. Well, she didn't care about her husband dying when she was bringing all these men in leather gear and all that, and her lover living there with her son. She didn't care about her son then, did she? So these people are just hypocrites. And this sicko who thinks she can slander innocent people. Look at your own life before you criticise anybody else and stop telling lies, you moron. Actually, I just remembered as I'm doing the editing here, I do actually have some emails from Joanne Summerscales and Miles, and there was some issues about Chantal Piper trying to commit suicide before she even knew me. She was saying this, and Joanne sent me the emails about Miles. Oh, he's really driven her mad. She's going to commit suicide, and I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? And I was new on the scene, very early. That was 2011. She was saying that somebody was trying to push her to suicide. It was Miles and somebody else before that. Before Miles, it was somebody else. And then it was me and Miles. Then it was just me. And now it's me and someone else. So after that, when I get this sorted out, it'll be someone else. She doesn't need an excuse to say that. And you people are using this against me. Get your facts in order before you slander and ruin somebody's name. The reason why I'm doing these videos now about this is because I'm not having all this brought up against me and accuse me. So if people want to look at what's going on, you need to look at both sides of what's happening. But I'm sick of this nonsense getting out and spreading about me when it's totally undeserved, totally untrue. So you can look at my side as well. They'll get my side of it as well. And at least it's out there, the facts. And I have emails from Johnston and Summer Scales about Chantal Piper, going back years, loads of them. So if anyone wants to see them, I'll gladly put them online and destroy that woman. But as I said, I felt sorry for her, I left her alone, let her just get on with it. But if it's going to be used against me now, absolutely not. I will sort it out now. Thank you for watching, everybody. These are just a few of my facts to get the, my side across. I don't care who agrees with it, who doesn't agree with it. They are the facts. And it's my record of events. I mean, so many other people seem to have an opinion. And as I said, I'm on my own. I work alone. I don't have any gangs backing me up. So this is my version of events, and these will always be the same version because they are the facts, and I can prove everything over and over and over again. And Plisco, hey, I never said you were harassing me. I said you'd have to comment saying I was looking really ill. Now, the point of the comment on its own, that means nothing. But when you come with 3 other people, 4 of you at the same time, exactly the same time, during the night like cockroaches, and it's not the first time you've left little sidey comments, I've just ignored the others, but trying to goad me in something. So, yeah, then it does mean something, yeah, it does. Don't, beat about the bush. You've got something to say it, be a man and say it. But don't try and use mind games and twist things around. You wouldn't be able to do it. You know quite well what you meant, and I know what you meant. Leave it at that. I just want to close reading a last letter about Miles Johnson. Now, let me just read this out. Dear Marie, I'm writing to you as I stumbled across your YouTube channel as Simon had mentioned you to myself. I should explain myself. I met a person on the internet around 6 years ago who I've always affectionately known as Simon. I now know this to be Miles Johnson, if indeed that is his real name. You see, I am a pre-operative transsexual escort based in London, and Miles used to frequent my services. He told me that his name was Simon Parker and he worked in the Special Forces, which I now know to be complete bullshit. We parted ways after money went missing from my apartment at the same time he was visiting, and it resulted in me receiving a fractured cheekbone and a black eye. I have since found out that this Miles, or Simon, as I know him, was a complete con man who was abusive when he didn't get what he wanted. I would have gone to the police, however, I am not the most confident when going out in public due to being attacked, and Miles, Simon, brackets, knew this. I was asked to borrow him money as his sister was dying. I loaned him the sum of £6,500, which I am yet to get back. I am also owed substantial fees for pornography, which he filmed for his company. Although this too could have been another lie. I feel so stupid and have tried to track this fiend down. I now know the name of Simon Park was factual, made up, and this is why my attempts at finding him have been unsuccessful. I just feel so stupid for taking him in and believing him and his lies. I suspected something was wrong, as there were major inconsistencies in what he would say, especially if he had been near alcohol. I only found you as he mentioned you in conversation, and I happened to find your YouTube channel. I would greatly appreciate it if you could warn people of this man. There are a lot of transsexual sex workers in London, and I know of one other girl who has met him and had a negative experience. I hope this email finds you well. I did set up correspondence, and we chatted for a while, and I got to know the person. I did correspond with this girl for a while, and found out some information and tried to help her, and she doesn't want to go to the police. But I've had several of these, and this is how I found the site that he was on. Let me see if the link is there. Actually, I did a video. The link, it's on another video on my channel. But this is the lovely man that, we can all trust. Never tells a lie, never bullshits, never slanders anyone, never abuses anyone, nothing. These are going to the police. All this is going to the police about this man. The more people that open up and talk. I mean, I have a list of, there's more than 30 or 40 people on it now saying things like this. They're not all, none of them are even connected. It's nobody connected, all different people. So, on a serious note again, yeah. Lovely witness, Plisco. Lovely. So, thank you all again. I do small clips, so I don't know how many times I said thank you and good night. Finally, this is final. Good night, God bless everybody, have a great evening, and I'll catch up again soon. Thank you, goodbye.